never use that word. There's a lot of professional football players in that room, in the locker room, that put a lot of hard work and effort into being here, into playing in that game. And the word embarrassing is an insulting word, to tell you the truth. First play was a cadence issue. We were using the snap count on the play, and due to the noise, no one could hear me. And I was walking up to the line of scrimmage to sort of make a change and try to get us on the same page, and then the ball snapped. So I think this team used last year's playoff loss to kind of fuel us. I thought it made us a better team this year, and hopefully we can use this to fuel us this offseason and the next season as well.
The 2013 Denver Broncos had one of the greatest offenses of all time. They broke records like total touchdowns, passing first downs, game with 50-plus points scored, most points in the second half, and probably most impressive, they had 5 players score 10 or more touchdowns. Their quarterback, Peyton Manning, had an even more impressive season. Saying that this offense was the greatest of all time isn't an understatement at all. There's just one huge blemish on their record, and that's Super Bowl 48. Denver's 43-8 loss to the Russell Wilson-led Seahawks was and still is one of the biggest blowouts in Super Bowl history. Going into the 2014 season, no one expected the Broncos' offense to be as great as it was the season before. They knew they had to make some changes offensively and defensively if they wanted to compete. One of the first things that Denver did in the offseason was sign John Elway to a 3-year contract extension and officially naming him GM. That was then followed by the retirement of all-time great Champ Bailey. He was with the team for nearly a decade and was a fan favorite throughout the league. They then signed defensive vets in TJ Ward, DeMarcus Ware, and Aqib Talib. They also signed wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders from the Steelers to a 3-year, $15 million contract after losing Eric Decker to the Jets. The offense also lost their starting running back Knowshon Moreno to the Miami Dolphins. Eric Decker and Knowshon Moreno were 2 of the 5 players that scored 10-plus touchdowns, so Denver was looking to find that production elsewhere on the team. They also signed veteran cornerback Chris Harris and edge rusher Von Miller to new contracts, ensuring that they stay for the 2014 season. To further beef up their defense, they drafted Ohio State defensive back Bradley Roby with the 31st pick in the first round. It was clear that the major focus for this offseason was making their defense as stout and deep as possible with vets and young players to mesh together. Later in the offseason, during training camp, the defense is making major strides, and key additions are making plays. Peyton Manning is also looking great, furthering connections with the likes of Demaryius Thomas and Wes Welker, and building new ones with Emmanuel Sanders. One player that is really opening a lot of eyes during training camp is second-year running back C.J. Anderson, who is looking to take the vacant running back spot with increased opportunities. With training camp winding down, everyone is looking forward to the start of the season. The NFL soon releases the 2014 schedule, and the Denver Broncos' first game is against the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday Night Football. Of course, Indianapolis was Peyton Manning's old team, but they were also the team that handed the Broncos their first loss in the 2013 season.
Sports Authority Field at Mile High. It opened in 2001. The normal raucous crowd looking on. Luck fires, tip, intercepted at the 31-yard line. In the pocket, throwing, and caught. Flag down, Thomas with the touchdown. So caught 4 for 28. Look at that protection for Manning. Right on the money. Julius Thomas to the end zone. Touchdown. Out of 8. Luck. Pressured. Sacked. Lucky he held on to the ball. Malik Jackson. He's already scored 2 touchdowns tonight. You bet. It's almost like you saw the play before it happened. And Luck is going to get taken down at the 8-yard line by DeMarcus Ware. 3. Looking for room and staying on his feet, diving into the end zone goes Monte Ball. Can they keep it going? Luck throws, no, batted down, incomplete. Bradley Roby, baptism by fire, knocks it away from Reggie Wayne. So they bring the rookie in, the #1 pick out of Ohio State, and he's had a big night.
Sure has. Bradley Roby, a couple of big plays against Reggie Wayne, and now the game winner.
Be a 2nd and goal from the 4. Caught for a touchdown. What a grab, and again it's Julius Thomas. 1st and goal. And that's the touchdown to Tammy. Clark takes up position now. 1st down to the end zone. And it's caught by Demaryius Thomas. Chiefs trying to tie it. Smith. Ball is deflected at the line of scrimmage. And the Broncos are going to hold on here for victory.
Winning their first 2 games, the defense has been a huge success early, making 2 huge plays to help seal their wins. The offense, on the other hand, has played great, but slows down coming out of half. If they want to win their next game, which is the Super Bowl rematch against the Seahawks, they'll have to play both halves at a high level.
Now the Broncos won the coin toss, and they don't want to get that Seattle defense out there right away, so they defer. They're going to kick it away to the Seahawks. And that's Brandon McManus, who once again is going to deliver a touchback. Never given Percy Harvin a chance. Harvin, of course, ran one back for a touchdown to open up the second half in the Super Bowl. 98 as they see Wilson's pass behind his target, Lynch, and a 3-and-out to open for Seattle. Now, how will this Denver offense begin? It was such a disaster from the very first snap back in New Jersey, Phil.
Yeah, it was. Right from the beginning, just the communication, and I think, too, they got caught by the crowd noise of that Super Bowl. Didn't expect the Seahawks fans to be so loud they could have affected that opening play.
And up the middle they go. And sneaking through a little hole is Monte Ball. The ball came out. The ball came out. Ball fumbles on the very first play. And Seattle has recovered. And once again, Denver with a first snap disaster. Will shift back behind Wilson. And they'll go reverse and looking pass. It's Kurtz throwing it to Wilson. And with a helmet flying off.
This is the game plan for the Broncos.
Turbin in it, running back 2nd and 10. And Ward gets to him in a hurry. DJ Ward did his last 6 throws. And he's passing again on 1st down for the big one. To the end zone. And it is Harlan by Lockett for the touchdown. From the 5. Wilson to the end zone and a touchdown with Lynch. On the day by Seattle. 2nd and 10. And from behind Wilson. It's 3rd, just a foot out. 3rd and 17. And Ware has him. This might be a safety. He did not get out. Shovel pass to Julius Thomas. And is wide open for the touchdown.
Very clever. They've seen that in the past. They brought that back out.
Need to get to the 42 for a first. And they've got Sanders on 1st down. Underneath. Welker with a block. And Welker. 3rd and 11. And And Chancellor's across the 40 to the 50. It gets tangled up by Ramirez. Hauschka's kick is good. And the Broncos will have to go 80 yards with no timeouts in 59 seconds, find the end zone, and convert a 2-point try. And squeezes out of a jam down the field. Hit on a man, and the ball's caught. Manning, left side, and Demaryius Thomas got the feet down earlier with 24 seconds to go. Manning looking, going way down the field. End zone and a touchdown to Jacob Tamme, and a 2-point conversion away from tying the game. For the tie, Manning looking back in the end zone, and it is caught to tie the game. Demaryius Thomas.
What a job, Peyton Manning, the pass protection.
With Sherman right there.
Ball is called tails. It is hands. You want the ball. They're coming around.
And Wilson's going to run for it, and he's going to make it. Here comes the pressure. And Wilson smartly reaches across. He had it anyway. The middle. Lynch, he's across for the game ender. Seattle takes it 26-20.
From being blown out early in the fourth quarter to coming all the way back only to lose in overtime without your offense having a chance with the ball is devastating. Luckily, they have an early bye week, so they can go behind closed doors, regroup, and improve. Coming out of their bye, Denver was able to rack up 4 straight wins against the Cardinals, Jets, 49ers, and Chargers. They dominated these games, averaging over 37 points a game on offense and only allowing 18 on defense. Demaryius Thomas really came alive in these 4 games, as he compiled over 30 catches for 626 yards and 5 touchdowns. He was also on the receiving end of yet another record being broken by Peyton Manning.
Third down and goal from the 9. Peyton, empty backfield, 3-man rush. He bounces around, he throws. DT is there. Are they going to say touchdown? Touchdown! Demaryius Thomas. Move over Brett Favre and make room for the new king. Peyton Manning now has more touchdown passes than any other player in NFL history. And he's being congratulated by his teammates on the field.
Look what they're doing, man. They're playing keep away with the football. Goes from Welker to Julius to Emmanuel Sanders. He still doesn't have a hold of that thing. DT has it. Finally, he gives it to him.
Certainly didn't think this would even be a possibility, a couple years ago. So I am very grateful to the Broncos for welcoming me to their organization and for helping me during my career here. And it has been it's been a wonderful 2.5 years here. The touchdowns that I've thrown have helped us win a lot of football games and put a lot of work into winning those games, and that's the only reason why it's somewhat special.
Manning breaking this record was a pretty big deal. It was a great way to show his amazing longevity and heart considering his crucial neck injury just a few years prior. Also, it was a nationally televised game, so more eyes were on the moment. This record proved how much Peyton and the Broncos organization accomplished together in such little time. Coming off of the record and a 4-game win streak, Denver was able to get into a groove just in time for a huge AFC matchup against another 6-1 team, the Patriots. Led by Tom Brady, this would be the quarterback's 16th time competing against each other. Both teams really wanted this game as they could take over the top spot in the AFC.
To the left side, Hillman the running back. It's Hillman trying to get the edge, and he's in for the touchdown. Ronnie Hillman. Brady, end zone bound, and it's a touchdown. Julian Edelman with the catch. Edelman is the return man. Oh, that's the handle. Somehow, Brandon Bolden did not block it. He was right there. Here's Edelman. Edelman's got room to run. Past the 50. That's back past Tommy. And Edelman going for his fourth career return. A new Patriot record. Third and goal. Brady steps up away from the pressure. And he has the touchdown pass to Shane Vereen. 3rd and 1. Manning goes for the big ball. There's Julius Thomas. And his first catch goes for the touchdown.
How late they were getting to him.
Play action. Pump fake. Now away. What a catch. Gronkowski gets up. Was he down?
The legend grows. He's open immediately, but Tom Brady was under pressure and couldn't throw it.
What a touch. Gronkowski gets it anyway. His 50th career touchdown reception. Well, the two quarterbacks got all the billing coming in. They threw 771 yards between them and 6 touchdowns. Brady with 4 touchdown passes. As New England took control of this game in the second quarter, Edelman at a very big time caught a touchdown and returned a punt for a touchdown in less than 2 minutes on the clock.
This blowout loss to the Patriots was important for a lot of reasons. The playoff seeding and the race to get that top spot, which grants you home field advantage throughout the playoffs, seemed to be New England's because of this game. Another important reason was a huge momentum shift that came after. It started to raise questions if the Broncos were good enough to win against top-tier opponents. Their next games, luckily, are against the lackluster Raiders and Rams, so it'd be easy to get back on track.
Manning stepping up, throwing, fighting his way out of the backfield to C.J. Anderson, and Anderson up the sideline, cuts it back, 25, 20, he's gonna go. Touchdown Broncos.
Greg, we had just gotten through talking about how good of a job the Raiders have done with their tackling today, especially in 3rd and long. They've dropped coverage, been able to rally, come up and make the tackles. What the Raiders want to know is if
Heading into Oakland with a 6-2 record, the Broncos blow out the Raiders 41-17.
Now St. Louis takes over for the 1st and 10. Excellent field position just short of the 38-yard line. Looking out of the pistol. Take the handoff. Hill dials up the deep ball. Kenny Britt's got it. Touchdown Rams. Sean Hill with a long hookup. Manning. Deep ball. Sanders by himself. Touchdown Broncos. Peyton Manning. 42 yards on a special delivery. Out near midfield. Manning to throw. Separation. Oh, big hit. Sanders gets walloped by McLeod. Penalty marker on the play.
Now McLeod came over, and they're going to say he hit a defenseless receiver trying to break up this pass.
Play action. Manning throws. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ogletree. This is from 53 yards away. A 53-yard attempt for Zerline. He drills it. 5 field goals. The St. Louis Rams stun the Denver Broncos. 22-7. The Rams get it done at home against the defending AFC champions.
The Rams made it difficult for the Broncos offense all game long. It was hard for the offense to move the ball, which resulted in only 1 touchdown the entire game for Denver. Sean Hill made just enough plays to keep the Rams in front as the Broncos dropped a should-have-been easy game 22-7. The Rams running back Trey Mason had over 100 yards, which was the first rusher to get over 100 yards all season against Denver's defense. Losing this game all but guaranteed the first seed was going to New England. The only good thing about this performance was that Denver was great at bouncing back after losses, and they would have to be, as they were set to play the red-hot Dolphins the following week. This was going to be an interesting game, as the Dolphins were coming into this game having won 5 out of their last 7 games.
It looks like he might be ready to come in if you give him a chance here. 2nd and goal. And taking the quick handoff and burst ahead near the goal line. Touchdown from the far side. Touchdown, Daniel Thomas. Just inside the 1.
2 good run stoppers each side of the center for the Denver Broncos.
Tannehill still has it. He's looking for the pylon, and he's got the touchdown. It's 3rd and goal from the 5.
3 down look, a little different.
Touchdown, Demarius Thomas. Tannehill, end zone pass, is caught for the touchdown, Mike Wallace. To the end zone, for the touchdown, Demarius Thomas. Tannehill, Landry, touchdown, Miami. 1st and goal. And back to Thomas, touchdown, Denver. His 3rd of the game.
Well, they always say, don't chase them. I think this is a little chase them, but they have a lot of plays to run down in this part of the field.
The big Sanders into the backfield. They fake to Anderson, go back to Sanders, and they got the 2. Boy, did that work. Again, Broncos looking for the first lead of the game. They're going to run. Anderson is across for a touchdown. First down, Tannehill. Pass in the air, intercepted. Deflected into the hands of Ward. T.J. Ward gets around her line. Inside the 20. And pushed out by Tannehill. 2nd and goal and rolling out. Flipping it over to Redmond for the touchdown. Empty backfield. Tannehill's pass. Touchdown. Landry.
20!
And the red again with Anderson breaking forward inside the 30. Just lands at the 16. Game over.
Well, that'll definitely get the
26.
Peyton Manning and C.J. Anderson played great, and the defense rallied, proving that they were one of the best in the league. Denver would rack up 3 more straight wins, furthering their spot in the AFC playoff picture. Denver would beat the Chiefs, Bills, and Chargers, with both divisional games being away. The win against the Chargers granted the Broncos AFC West champs. Denver's next game is against the Cincinnati Bengals. If the Broncos win, they clinch the first-round bye and are still alive for the number 1 spot currently occupied by the Patriots. If Denver loses, then they must win their following game to clinch a first-round bye, but the number 1 spot will officially be New England's.
Dalton and Green have been here. 4 early starts. Dalton slant, deflected. Talib, unbelievable. One-hand interception by Akeem Talib. Inside the 20, inside the 10. Touchdown, Talib. And Sanzenbacher, the former Ohio State Buckeye, comes out as the 3rd receiver. They run with the rookie Hill to the right. Goes into the secondary, and there goes Jeremy Hill midfield. Using Sanu, accelerating. Hill is gone. Touchdown.
Manning's got his hands full tonight.
Tempo going. This is Thomas. Has it ripped out of his hands. Who's got the possession on the sideline? Nelson took it out of his hands, and they say Cincinnati ball. The heaviest run first and goal team in the league throws it for the touchdown to Gresham. Second half underway. Nugent picks first return opportunity for Omar Bolden. Got a big opening. Bolden. 40. Midfield Bolden. 40. 30 down the sideline and brought down inside the 25-yard line.
First and goal, and Garland leads, and Anderson scores. C.J. Anderson. Usually because the altitude is tougher on the road, and here Adam Jones going to take it from 8 deep. Jones picking up blocks, and Adam Jones gets past Bolden, and look at Adam Jones take it to the 30 and to the 26-yard line. Take that, Omar Bolden. Dummy snap count so he can adjust the blocking. Bernard out of the backfield, inside the 10, into the end zone. Cincinnati responds with a touchdown. So Peyton's come back 4 times than any other quarterback when his team's been down 13. Trying to do it again. Slant, Sanders, back in his way, into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Now he's got a pocket in the end zone. Beater down for Sanders. Denver's tied the game. It's third and long one. Manning with the throw, it's intercepted. It's Kirkpatrick. It's a Bengal touchdown. The 19. Manning. Incomplete or intercepted.
Rolling on the field. The catch for interception.
And this means a lot. Not just are they in the playoffs. New England locks up the #1 seed. Pats don't have to play for anything next week against Buffalo. And Cincinnati's still alive for the #2 seed. If they beat Pittsburgh, not only do they win the division, but if Oakland beats Denver, then Cincinnati could get a bye here. So a huge game.
Put together some, first downs, second downs, back to first down. We just had a lot of 3 and outs early in the game and never got into much of a flow. Give them a lot of credit. Obviously, the fourth quarter, though, I made some bad throws and they really put us in a bind. I just got to be more consistent, for 4 quarters. Can't, play well at the end of the second quarter and beginning of the third, and then, not play well in the first and not play well in the fourth. So against good football teams, you got to be more consistent. And I got to play better as well.
Denver would have another shot at clinching the first-round bye against the Raiders at home the following week.
So on first down from the 11-yard line. This is Anderson. Anderson to the 5. Anderson to the end zone for the touchdown. Brandon Ross comes from the middle of the field. This is Anderson with a cakewalk to the end zone for the touchdown for Denver. 2nd and 5. Anderson again, and Anderson breaking free for the touchdown. A 3-touchdown afternoon for C.J. Anderson. Carr running out of time. Loose football picked up by the Broncos to the end zone for the touchdown is Tony Carter. Jeremy Stewart in the backfield with Brock Osweiler. Osweiler rolling, throwing, touchdown. Virgil Green, his first touchdown catch of the year. Final seconds will tick away on the regular season for both the Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. The Broncos move on, and the Raiders will go home.
The Broncos would easily beat the Raiders 47-14 as C.J. Anderson scored 3 touchdowns, giving them a first-round bye. On wildcard weekend, the Colts and Ravens both won, advancing to the divisional round. With the Colts being the higher seed, they were set to face off against the Broncos in Denver for a rematch from Week 1. Denver was undefeated at home this season, and having already beaten the Colts in Week 1, they were riding high into this game with confidence.
Third and 2. Here comes the pressure. Love holds on to it, just gets back to the line. First down from the 34. As Manning throws it down the field, and he's got Julius Thomas out of bounds at the 1. Anderson had 8 rushes
Over the top, Fleener is there. His old roommate pulls it in inside the 10. And Luck has the time. Fires it to the end zone. He's got the touchdown to Nix. Third and 13. And now Luck. Deep down the field. And he's intercepted by Moore. Moore was not touched down. Well, they rule him down. Moore, who picked off Luck twice week 1. Big play here, and the Colts are in on Anderson, who breaks the tackle, breaks another one, and Anderson comes up with the biggest play, perhaps, of this game for Denver. 34 seconds to go in this one. Who knows if there's football after this one for him, as he's sacked by Walden.
And today, the Colts were just a better football team.
Complete to Thomas. For some reason, does not go out of bounds. And the game is over. The Colts have advanced to the AFC Championship game. It's going to be Andrew Luck against Tom Brady next Sunday at Gillette Stadium.
Is this the last time we'll see Peyton Manning on the field? We're going to hear that question a lot here in the coming days. If it is, it's been one tremendously great ride, that's for sure.
With their playoff loss to the Colts, their 2014 season was over. There were a lot of questions surrounding if Peyton would return. He was getting older, as his 39th birthday was a couple of months after the playoff loss, and he was banged up late in the season. There were also a lot of question marks about the coaching staff, as both coordinators Adam Gase and Jack Del Rio were on a lot of teams' lists for head coaching positions, and John Fox was on the hot seat because the team couldn't seem to get over the hump with him. From the start of this season, Denver spent a lot of time overhauling their defense and improving upon it with great free agency signings and the first-round pick in Bradley Roby. These moves made it clear that Denver was wanting to transition from an offensive-heavy team to a dominating defensive team to help an aging Peyton Manning. That's not to say that Peyton played poorly this year, as he still had over 4,500 yards and 39 touchdowns. This was the last great Peyton Manning-led Broncos offense and the start of the great Denver defense in the mid-2010s onward. Moving into the 2015 season, both John Fox and Adam Gase were hired in Chicago, and Jack Del Rio stayed in the AFC West, becoming the head coach for the Raiders. Denver then hired former quarterback Gary Kubiak as the new head coach, with Rick Dennison and Wade Phillips taking over the coordinator jobs. Peyton Manning later decided to come back and play one more season. With an entirely new coaching staff, their Hall of Fame quarterback staying, and a great defense that has had a year of experience with each other, this team was looking to make the 2015 season special.
18 carries a game. Mike Tolbert is in. He's on a wing to the right. And the Panthers have a 3rd and 10. Here comes pressure, and they've gotten to him. The ball is out in the end zone, and it's recovered by Malik Jackson for the touchdown. It was Von Miller with the strip sack, and Jackson with the recovery.
And get a personal foul himself.
Number 49, that's Tolbert. And he fumbles, and Trevathan is there with the recovery. 10. And Anderson able to break away into the secondary. Takes another tackle. Rushing forward, ball comes out of the hands of Newton. It's on the ground, and it's still on the ground. Picked up by T.J. Ward at the 4-yard line. Von Miller did it again. DPI, defensive pass interference. 1st and goal. And Anderson right back in. And he's in the end zone for the touchdown. The try from a couple out from the gun. Hits the pass to Fowler to make it 24-10. His football home. And he gets doused here.